So what's going on YouTube, man? I'm in Butte, Montana. Just came in, been driving for about 9 hours. I'm en route to Washington State. So got about another 9 hours to drive tomorrow. So I get up early and knock it out. But I want to talk about something, guys, and I think for the savvy investors, this will be a good thing for you. Now, this kind of steered off from a conversation I was having with a guy that I was renting a room from. Now, we were talking about concerts, and I've always said I want to get into the entertainment business, but I want to do it the right way. And I'm a firm believer in investment groups. And the reason why I'm a firm believer in investment groups is because you invest minimal money to make a larger return. Now, first let me tell you the conversation that happened. So we were talking about Elton John and Tom Petty and artists. Like Elton John was at one show and the guy was saying that his tickets sold out in 10 minutes. Okay? 10 minutes. And I was like, wow, 10 minutes. I said that promoter who promoted that show was a very rich individual. He didn't have the stress of advertising and selling tickets. He booked this guy, 10 minutes, done. Pow! Money in the bank. So, guys, we're in very hard times right now, supposedly. You know, we're in times where we have to be creative when it comes to our thinking and investments. Now, when I say investment group, right, I'm not talking about us sitting around at a table or on GoToMeeting, the computer program where you can like conference call and talk about stocks. No, there's many other ways to take a small investment and make a larger return a lot faster than the stock market. Okay? Now, there are investment groups that does that, but this is not what I'm talking about here. So what I want to do is present you guys a model just to show you exactly what I'm looking to do. Okay, here it goes. Now, let's just use Elton John for an example. Now, the investment group that I want to create is 40 people. No more, no less. 40 people is the number I want to get with. That's what I don't know why that number is stuck out, but it just sounds right. Now, let's just say 40 individuals, right? Now, Elton John is an individual that probably charges about $100,000. The reason why I know this, I've been around concerts. I've been with the Warped Tour. I've talked to managers of the 303 band and many other bands. I've traveled with bands, and I know how shows work. And I know that Elton John definitely is probably a $100,000 artist. Now, with that being said, now let's think about this for a second. Let's say you have a venue that's 10,000 seats. Okay? Now, with Elton John, you can charge certain, the seats still close, you can charge 300. Seats after that, 250, then 200, then you can have $100 seats. Right? But let's go worst case scenario in this situation. I like to go worst case scenario because you don't have any surprises. You don't over expect things when it comes to worst case scenario. So here's the deal. Let's just say you sold all those seats for $100 and it's 10,000 seats. Okay. Now that right there is $1 million. But here's the good part. Your 40 investors in an investment group only spent $2,500. Now, this is another thing I like to do. When you have 10,000 people there, no, you don't want to just take the money from them at the door and be like, hey, thank you. We've made $1 million. No. If they're there, they have to eat. They want to buy things. They want something. You have to pull from that. So you have to think of more intelligent ways to make more money once they're there. That money right there can pay for your security that you're going to need and off-duty police officers, your medical personnel, whatever. That right there will take care of that. Now, with a $2,500 investment and the other things you put to the side paid for all your security and all your expenses, right? You turn a $2,500 investment into $25,000 in one night. That's fast. Now, let's just say that you followed that same model and you did 4 shows per year. Meanwhile, you still have your job, you're still doing whatever you have to do, and you're making it happen. Now, some of you guys may say, well, look, I don't know anything about putting on concerts. I don't know anything about that. Well, 40 individuals going to sit around and just read a book? No. You hire experts. When you have 40 people with that kind of money, you have a voice. People will start to listen to you. If there was a face in front of all you, in front that spoke for all 40 people, people will listen to you. But it's a guy been bugging me all the time. He puts on the shows in Vegas House of Blues. His name is Brian Saliba. Puts on many outdoor shows. He's told me many times. He said, hey, if you want to do a show, just let me know. I have a flat fee. I'll come in and I'll do everything. So now you've brought in an expert. Things that you know, all you know is that, hey, I have some money to invest. I want to take this money and make it bigger. $2,500 turned into $25,000. Now, don't tell me that's not out of the box thinking. So, but here's some rules with this. This investment and this type of investing is not for everybody. I don't want no one to contact me that $2,500 is their life savings. That wouldn't be a smart thing to do. Maybe later on you can join something, or maybe later on you can create your own. But now is not the time for you. I want people who have money in the bank and just saying like, hey, I want to take this money and I want to invest it, I want to make it grow. And that's the same situation I'm in. I'm always thinking of ways to grow the money in the bank. You know? And that's what we all should try to do during these times. The stock market is attractive on a long-term basis, not short-term. And it's always been that way, you know. But it's time to come up with creative ways to make money. And like I said, you know, you just can't depend on your job to bring in everything. You have to look at multiple ways to make money. So this is something that and here's the thing too, don't have to do entertainment events, because I'm gonna tell you why I like entertainment events before I move on. Entertainment events, there's two things that people would do definitely in a recession. Always, they will always spend money for entertainment, and they will always go to religious organizations. They will go to churches. They will go to synagogues, mosques, because especially during these times, they're gonna go to try to ask God for some help to help me during these times. So those two things people would definitely do, right? So, but like I said, I don't just believe in investing in entertainment. We could do entertainment. You know, we could look into McDonald's. We can look into many other things. That, you know, that the main goal should be, how can we take minimal investment and make big money? That's it. So if some of you guys are interested in this, contact me. You know, because I'm not going to start it until I get 40 people together. You know, and here's the thing. I believe in doing things the right way. So let's say that everybody puts it on, you know, and say this is an example now. Let's say we brought in Elton John and he's here. Everybody come to the concert. Let's see what kind of money we make that night, and let's pay out right there. You know, and everybody going their merry ways, and you had to come out for a good weekend and take your money and say, hey, let's go, let's have success, and let's keep it going. Let's do another one. So I'm just brainstorming, guys, just trying to come up with some inventive ways. So let me know what you guys think about this. We'll continue this conversation. So until next time, guys, signing off.